Howdy everybody, Deb from Iron Horse Overland here. I am with a company I found at Expo West. New company, new product. You guys know I like to find new and emerging things that I think are pretty cool and useful. So this is called Aqua Boost, and they make a really cool charging solution. I'm going to turn you over to them to show you.
Hi, my name is Joel Moore and I'm the CEO of Gift Labs. Our first commercial product offering is the Aqua Boost. It's a personal fuel cell. I want to show you something that you may not have imagined before, but with just salt and water, you can generate electricity off of a chemical reaction with magnesium. All you do with this fuel cell is you pour salt and water into the cells. After the salt and water is in the cells, you lower the lid that has the magnesium plates into the bays. When that happens, the salt water eats away at the metal. And there's all these electrons that are inside of this metal. Magnesium is very energy dense. The salt water allows us to break down the metal and to capture those electrons, run them up through the circuitry and out through the USB ports to power your phones, iPads, power lights, radios, any of your other smaller electronic devices can all be powered with this. Now this generates 5 volts and 1.2 amps, so we're about 6 watts. So we're not powering houses, we're not powering refrigerators or big applications. There's plenty of energy products available for that. This is your backup to your backup. They say 2 is 1 and 1 is none. When nothing else is working, you can pour salt water into this and you can power your phones and light your lights. And you can get the basics done. What's really nice about this is that you can turn the fuel cell on and off by just simply removing the lid. When the metal comes into the lid like this, it activates the fuel cell because now the salt and the metal are touching and they're reacting. But as soon as you remove the lid, it deactivates the fuel cell, which means when you pour in salt water and you have a 12-hour power life, you can use those 12 hours whenever you want. You can use them for 2 hours now to charge your phone when it's at 100%, take your lid off. Then you can use the 10 hours later tonight, tomorrow, next week, whenever you want. 12 hours of power with 1 fill of salt water. After that, you dump out the salt water, rinse out the unit, and you can refill it with another salt water to get another 12 hours of power. Now, every time you go through those 12-hour power cycles, you're gonna see your magnesium start to decrease and disappear because the salt is doing its job. It's eating away at the metal. When these completely disappear, all you do is use these thumb screws to unscrew one of the metal plates. You purchase a replacement set of plates, you stick the new one up in there, and you screw it back down. A replacement set of plates is about $18 to $20, and they'll go from anywhere from 1 month to 6 months, depending on how much you use it. There's about 600 watt hours of life in these plates. The fuel cell does not require sun, it does not require grid. You can take it anywhere in the world you want, and if you pour salt water into it, and it works. The reliability, the mobility is extreme on this product. We're very excited to release it, so thank you for your time, thank you for listening. Visit us at giftlabs.com or aquaboostpower.com. And we've got a bunch of videos on YouTube that you can check out. Thank you so much for listening.
Now you showed me yesterday you've got like a little molly bolt system built into these
Correct.
things.
So on the side of this, we have these molly strap locations. You can run a molly strap through these sides and you can strap it to your backpack. This is only 2.5 pounds. You can backpack it into wherever you're at, use any kind of water. You can use lake water, river water, sea water, dirty water. You can use any kind of water to power this. You fill it up, charge your phones, light your lights, you dump it out, strap it to your backpack and hike back out. The mobility is excellent.
Now how about the salt? What kind of salt can you use?
Right now we're using table salt. We're using Morton's table salt. It's nice because they're small granules and they dissolve into the water better, but you can use any kind of salt.
So if you have, say, sea salt granules that you use in your kitchen when you're camping, or you keep a packet of that in your backpack when you're camping, when you're hiking, you can use that.
Any salt.
How about seawater?
Seawater can be used. It's salty enough on its own to power lights, but it won't be salty enough to power phones. So we ask you to add more salt to give it the boost.
So if you're at the Arctic Ocean, which is really not very much salt, you'd have to add even more.
You would just do the full salt application, and how it works is we put 1 tablespoon of salt into each of the 4 cells. and you fill it with about 200 milliliters of water. So in total it's 800 milliliters of water. Again, any kind of water and any kind of salt.
That is so cool. I saw this and I was like, okay, here's a new product I haven't seen before. There's little cells that they go in, and it's just a USB right there. So that's going to power your lights, your phone, anything that you need to charge in an emergency.
Yep.
Super cool.
And even if you have battery banks, right? A lot of people carry around the portable lithium-ion battery banks. These will charge your battery banks as well.
That is also pretty darn cool. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And like I said, I love finding brand new products. And they even brought, as the pull into the table, salt water taffy.
Come on.
No funny there. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Have a great day.